effective about throwing it. As I told you at the top, four verts is our real. It's our baby, man. It's what you have to be able to run, in my opinion, for all of these other concepts to really work. For you to be able to do all the other things that you probably need to or want to do with the offense, I think you need to be able to run four verts. And over the last 5 or 6 years, it's one of the most called pass plays we have. Okay, so again, we're going to stay a lot of times with verticals by the outside receivers. We will from time to time let them break that off. One of our receivers will be allowed to bend. One of them either will be locked on his route or we will sometimes let him break it off. When you get a one high defense, this is just candy from a baby, right? You got guys bending up the hash. All you got to do is look the free safety off and make the play. Or in this case, just find the corner that can't cover. Well, we got this team. They've got a young corner on our best receiver, and you can see we just run right by him, put him in conflict, and then just throw the ball over his head. All right, you're going to get a lot of big play potential when you do that. This clip is from the state championship game. So obviously we're playing a really good team. They're playing a lot of cover zero here. Great job on the bender. Our kid hangs on, gets a first down. I think it's really important to point out you don't want to just teach every kid on your team how to run that bender route. It is a bit of a complicated route. There's a lot of timing that goes into it. So I think you have to be very specific how you teach it, how you ask that kid to understand it. I think there's a large learning curve there. So what we try to do is we try to pick one kid that's really good at it, teach him, teach his backup, and we generally try to have him be the one bender. Here you are from an attached tight end structure. Okay, again, it's a deep to shallow to mid play. So if you can't win deep, we're supposed to get the ball to the shallow. In this case, we swung the back, we free released him, they blitzed, we throw hot, nobody took him. And you can see that's an easy way to pick up a first down. If I'm a quarterback, I love that, right? Throw a swing pass 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage and pick up 15 passing yards. That's really going to help out the stats. It's also going to help out the confidence of a young quarterback. I think those are things that sometimes get missed is finding completions for your quarterback that give him a lot of confidence and get him into the groove of the game. You know, people are like, well, hell, you wouldn't call four verts. That's way too dangerous. Well, it's not because the shallow is the back. So essentially, if we can't win the deep shot, we're just checking it down, playing catch with a running back. And I will absolutely, I don't know what euphemism I can use. I'm hopping up and down frustrated that quarterbacks will not throw it to the back. And I fuss and fret and have for years. I'm like, play catch with the back, play catch with the back, play catch with the back. Because defenses don't take that guy away. They let you flip it out there and give it to him as many times as you want. Now, if you threw it 15 times in a row, I'm sure they'd take it away. But throwing it 4 or 5 times a game, it's almost long handoffs. It's gimme completions. You're going to get 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. They're so easy. And I think it's one of the things I see when I watch film that's overlooked is get the quarterback to check that rascal down to the running back. Here's another 4 verts. This one's out of trips. We've got the X under. We find the back. There you go. Another really easy completion. Look at all the yards after contact. Look how many pass yards that quarterback's going to get by doing nothing besides checking it down to a back. This next clip, this is a great example of the bender. Okay, they are a 4-2-5 defense. The nickel is pushed down here to the bottom. The H is up top. He's the bender. Look how quick he's open. He sees the safety over the top, so he just bends it and just curls it right into that hole. There's another 10, 15-yard gain. I actually think that 4 verticals is sometimes misunderstood in the respect that people put it in the dropback family. I do as well because it just makes sense for it to be in the dropback family. But when you're running it well, a lot of times it almost converts to being more of a quick game concept. It's almost more of a 1, 2, 3 plant throw quickly type play more than it's a true dropback style of football play, how it ends up presenting. Here you are again from a 3-by-1 structure. We're running a little switch concept with it there. Kid does a great job going up, high pointing the ball, making the play. When we're in trips, we're always asking the number 3 receiver to bend to the opposite hash and then get vertical up that hash. We really want to cross the safety's face, make him make a decision. Here's another, that's a vertical switch out of 2-by-2. Quarterback does a good job keeping the play alive. Receiver sits it down. There you go again. Another big yards after contact, yards after the catch. Here we are in 3x1. This will be a great clip of 3x1. The inside receiver is going to bend to the hash. The middle receiver now has the seam read. He bends it. That's almost a perfect example of how the number 2 receiver should run the seam read. That year we had 2 kids that understood it. So we'll go vertical up this hash. This kid will push vertical and bend to that hash. He will capture this hash, and if he's capped, he'll bend right there into the void. That's a really textbook way of looking at 4 verticals. Let's look at it again. Quarterback puts it right on the money with no high safety. That's a walk-in touchdown. All right, that's just too easy. That's the defense giving you easy answers. Okay, this is actually a mess up that works. We both slot receivers get the bender tag for some reason. Luckily, that ball gets in there just in time. Great job by that kid keeping his concentration and the quarterback sticking on his target. Okay, but here it is from empty. The tailback is the receiver down here in the slot at the bottom of the screen. Okay, again, easy play. You can see this was a check me play. We were checking this play at the line of scrimmage. We had something else called. Quarterback looks over. You can see me on the sideline down here in the red hat. I'm checking out of it. We've got the defense all spread out. There's a little bit of a mesh tag. Okay, again, I told you we don't run it very often, but there is a mesh clip that made it in here. Look at all that run after the catch. Okay, again, you won't see a lot of that. We don't do it a lot anymore, but that is a little bit of our Air Raid 1.0 world. Okay, love this tag. Okay, this is 4 verticals to the field with a Z under. So we're going to bring the Z underneath, and then we're going to wheel the tailback. So the tailback is now going to become the fade guy, and the Z is going to become the check down guy. Well, look at this team. They completely blow the coverage. They don't switch it. Again, just too easy, right? That's easy pitch and catch stuff right there when you get the defense to blow coverages like that. All right, this is a great example of us adding another tag to it. We're going to fade the back. We're going to let the receiver bend up the hash, and we'll keep the tight end in to block. So it's just a slight variation to present 4 verticals different to the defense. There you can see our kid wins up the hash, just run into the ball. Again, big touchdown. Okay, that's good football. That's a great job of our kids understanding how those routes distribute, how they change. Here you have us in what we call O1P. We have no back, 1 tight end. You got tight end attached up here at the top. So it's just another formation that gets us to empty. Another little vertical variation at the top of the screen. Look at our slot receiver doing a phenomenal job on the bender. If you can't win vertical, bend inside, catch the ball, go score touchdowns. That was a 3rd and 13 call right there. Okay, so that's a great job. Here it is from the end zone cut. You can see it kind of this bender coming in late. Boom, there's the ball. High point it and go get it. Just an awesome job, pitch and catch. Good protection by the offensive line right there. This is what we call flex trips. We have our Y up on the line of scrimmage. The other 2 receivers back. This is against a 3-3 stack team. We're running the tailback as a flat route to hold it. Okay, I put this clip in here because that was 2nd and 10. Okay, 2nd and 10, and you can see we just picked up the first down. One of the great things about 4 verts is we treat it as a 5-out play often. So we'll run 4 receivers and the back out. And so a lot of times if teams bring any pressure, they miss, and the quarterback just takes off and runs for 10 or 15 yards. Here you have Y off. We're going to motion him out to 2x2. Now we'll call 4 verts. Great job on the bender. High point the ball. Catch it, get on the ground. That was 3rd and 5. Another big first down. That's 4 verts off 7-man protection, so it becomes 3 verticals. That's the end of a half scenario. That was a Hail Mary play this year that actually worked. Okay, we kind of drew that up in the dirt a little bit. We said, hey, run 3 verticals instead of 4. We need the extra second or 2 to hold on to the ball. Here's trips, 4 verts, a little Z under play. Okay, our Z doesn't do a good job running that flat enough down here at the bottom. We were trying to wheel the back. Good bender. That's a job of us catching it with number 3. Okay, remember I told you he's supposed to take the backside hash. Watch this kid bend up the hash right behind the official. Boom. Thread the needle. First down. Big yardage right there. Great job again by our kid focusing and concentrating right there. I think we already saw that clip. Yeah, we saw that clip earlier. Okay, tight ends down here to the boundary. Motion the tailback out, and he takes the vertical while our Z runs the under. Great job switching it. Tailback high points the ball. We actually drive down and win the game on that drive right there. That was the play that set up the winning drive. Okay, here's a 3-3 team, big pressure team. They're bringing pressure late. That's a good job of our quarterback taking his first read. We get defensive PI, decline it. We're going to be down there in the red zone.